Welcome to Pokemon Free guys, and I have the live stream on over here. It's live. Alright, it's on. I have my Charizard, my Charmeleon evolved into a Charizard, guys. It's gonna be so epic. I'm awaiting. I defeated. Oh, who is that trainer? I defeated the third gym leader. I forgot her name. Alright, so yeah, stop it. Alright, so yeah. Oh yeah, Corina. Alright, so it's gonna be good. You can see the live stream from here and you can see my Nuzlocke too. It's gonna be epic. I just love this. Alright. I'm just gonna do it 30 minutes guys, so I have to just see the time to record PCC. Just sorry for that 1 minute, alright? What the heck? The internet issue, alright. We got a Mega Ring guys. We are getting Mega Charizard X, alright. So the live stream is going on very well and my on the left wrist. Alright, I got a Mega Ring on my left wrist.
And welcome everybody to the first day of the Players Cup Finals. My name is Aaron Zhang, and as always, I am joined by my lovely cast.
I'm not gonna interrupt a lot. I want you to see this, alright?
It has been a long.
If there's something good, I'm gonna tell my words. Come on, you internet. Sorry guys, if you want, you can see your live stream. Internet sucks. Come on. What's the internet now? Alright. I told that I have some bad connection and I don't know why do these people live stream. Like, come on. Nintendo is too. Alright, it's fine guys.
Bracket that they've got going on now and having to fight.
It's Lucario, say Lucario now guys, not Charizard, it's not there. I have my Lucario, I'm gonna Mega Evolve it. I think I can Mega Evolve, right? I don't know how to Mega Evolve. Alright, Mega Evolution. And Bone Rush will be pretty good, guys. The internet issue though. Look at that, guys. Sick animation. Forget the live stream. I'm gonna just search some. People are gonna make videos about it. I'm lazy. The internet sucks. Look, it's like on 5 bars and not showing up. This thing sucks, guys. Why do Nintendo live stream and why do these people live stream at such crucial times?
From there, we had 4 players from North America, Europe, and Latin America.
You can watch.
From Oceania,
North America, Europe, Latin America, and Oceania. We saw this in the last episode, right? Seriously? Alright. Guys, I'm just gonna. I don't know what happens if I lose this battle though. Do I lose the Lucario? No. That won't happen, guys. That won't happen. Oh, we KO'd. Have you ever hoped to see a person doing a Nuzlocke and seeing a live stream and then recording that at the same time? I think I'm a very unique guy, right?
Similarly, Eduardo Junipero Ferraris is actually also using Dragon, kind of a similar team to what Nico is using with Dragapult.
Alright, I'm gonna send. I can't see the screen.
David Kotesh is actually.
I'm gonna send Thunderous. That's pretty weak.
Terrakion's brothers there in Cobalion with
no, not Pyro Wings.
He's also got Gudra, Togekiss, Gyarados, and Rillaboom, and finally.
I'm gonna name it Aura, guys. Aura.
Very similar to which you may have remember seeing him use this team on stream, replacing the Rillaboom with the Mungus, but a very defensive core centered around Arcanine, Corviknight, and Grimmsnarl.
And then our invitational winner joining the fray once again, we've got Alessio Yuri Bischetto, and considering the invitational was Series 4 and we're now competing in Series 5, no surprises the team is shaken up a little bit. He's got Dragapult and Cineroar.
Yeah, Dragapult is a good Pokemon. It has base at around 600.
In the Latin American region, we have 4 other players that are joining the fray. Gabriel Agati, is bringing Togekiss, Dragapult, Incineroar, Rotom Wash,
And Togekiss sucks.
Ferrothorn,
I mean, I don't want to tell
as well
that,
Giovanni
but
Palenko, who's bringing
I mean,
Urshifu, Torkoal,
Togekiss
Porygon
sucks,
2,
guys. Like,
Lilligant. We have
I would
Grimmsnarl,
say you better
Meowth.
bring
Really interested
Charizard
about those
instead of
two picks
Togekiss.
for Giovanni Palenko's team. And then we go to Kaio Romanini, who's brought a Ferrothorn, Primarina, Dragapult, Incineroar, Togekiss, and Porygon 2.
Again,
And Julian Martinez.
I think because of that Porygon 2, we are getting the Porygon basic code, guys. I think because of him. Alright.
Toxtricity.
These people do such a good job at making unique Pokemon. I want the league champion to use Pokemon that are tough to get. Like the league champion should use a shiny Cupfu because that's the legitimate way to get a shiny Cupfu in the game. So where we may get the shiny Cupfu through his gift. Yeah. I don't want it to be in some kind of an event because that sucks. Like you have to go to the event.
Set of changes to his team. Now he's coming into this tournament with a Dragapult. There's going to be the Clefairy, which are going to be
Organized boxes.
Incineroar, Ferrothorn, Primarina, and Urshifu as his own.
I have all these Pokemon, guys, and I have Talonflame. I'm gonna box that Helioptile. That sucks.
And
Let's
rounding it
just
up, looking at
get the
Oceania plus our invitational winner, we've got Christopher Khan with the Cinderace, Primarina, the Alolan Ninetales, Incineroar, Ferrothorn, and the Togekiss.
Why are you using an Incineroar where you can use a Charizard? Alright, we just saw Aura. It's level 3. It's insane. It's insane. I'm gonna just no, it's already here.
If they can be as victorious for
Let's see Charizard in battle, guys. I wanna see Charizard in battle. I want Mega Charizard X, guys. I want it.
him as they were for his
Viscerina, this is gonna be insane. Let's go. HM Surf. Getting the Lapras. Thanks, Serena. Please, I wanted to check my Charizard on you, Serena. This is my second game in which I'm Mega Evolving Charizard, guys. My first game was Let's Go, being a bit ashamed saying that. Please don't tell anyone, guys.
If they drop a set, they drop down to the
See that beast, guys. See that beast. See it. Alright.
It's going to be
Flame
especially
Burst.
exciting, I think, to see so many different regions go up against
Now
each
let's
other
see
because,
the
bracket
beast,
coverage, of course, players will
the
be playing against
Mega
their own region,
Charizard.
against everyone.
Why?
Really excited to see what will be.
Ooh, that looks sick, guys. That looks sick. That looks sick. It has drought.
Let some of the trainers have used. And Rosemary, why don't you walk us through some of the more common Pokemon that will be used throughout the course of this tournament?
That's drought. Let's go.
In multiple times.
No, Mega Charizard voice and beast, guys, and beast.
Any surprise to you to see the top 3 Pokemon
Chuck the PlayerScup. It's a beast now. I'm being a bit more exaggerated, saying that it's a beast. I'm gonna get my gift Lapras, guys. I want it.
From there, we've got a lot of Porygon 2, 44% of teams running that Pokemon. And then we have a lot
Oh, we need to.
Ferrothorn, Primarina, and Rillaboom at 31%.
Rillaboom.
A 19% usage, we've got Urshifu, and that's actually...
Oh yeah, Urshifu's cool. Urshifu's cool.
...of Urshifu. And we have Rotom Wash and Excadrill. And at 13%...
Why did you even have a
Corviknight,
Rotom Wash?
Gyarados, Terrakion, and Tyranitar. But what's really interesting to me, and Adam's going to go over this in a little bit more depth, is we got a lot of Pokemon that were only seen once on a lot of these teams.
There's always going to be unique picks, and they're actually some of my favorite things.
I'm gonna keep Hariyama. It has the Emerald coins. I'm gonna take Sidam.
Araquanid, certainly something a little bit unique. Arcanine, obviously fallen by the wayside, as Incineroar, as we saw from that previous slide. Completely up there and in so many teams. Bisharp, even though it managed to win the Invitational,
Oh, shit.
the same kind of feature that it was before, and I think a lot of people are able to play.
Idiot, guys. I was giving my Lucario the
who's been playing that for so long, obviously
Amulet coin, but then I forgot.
You know, Cobalion, Clefairy, Dracozolt, something that I think a lot of people...
Dracozolt sucks. You may well use... what's the Pokemon? Arctozolt, Dracovish. Yeah, Dracovish.
Giovanni Blanco actually.
Like, why don't these people use some good type of Pokemon?
Regional qualifier run.
Making a guide to this that
Definitely
some kind. Why don't they even use some good?
Lowland Ninetales, certainly unique ones. Torkoal, not as many people playing Suns.
Torkoal.
Sun-based teams. I think a lot of people have kind of moved away from that a little bit. The Toxtricity that I think is really cool.
Torkoal.
Overlooked a little bit on the.
Which idiot is using? What the hell? It's a colossal.
So Rapid Strike definitely got the nod in this tournament.
We also have some exciting news for you.
I'm gonna name my Lapras Icy-Rest, guys.
Porygon 2 statistics with 44% usage, but if you guys want to get a Porygon 2 of your own, you will be able to download it from the mystery gift using the code
Pokemon Players Cup, guys.
Porygon 2 is such
Pokemon Players Cup
team. It has really good HP and defense stats, and when you add the
1 minute, guys. I'm just gonna come. 1 minute.
that still can't evolve, you can really bulk it out to take loads of different heavy attacks. It's also a phenomenal setter, and then
I just got my Nintendo Switch.
it can get
mobile hotspot.
a lot of damage with its special attack.
It's Pokemon Players Cup, guys. PKMNPLAYERSCUP, guys. It's Players Cup. It's gonna be.
How you're enjoying the Pokemon game, and maybe if you've even evolved it into a Porygon Z. Twitter.com/playpokemon you can reach us on, as well as Facebook.
I don't have the Isle of Arma. This is a treat for me.
/Pokemon and Instagram.com/Pokemon. We love to hear how you're watching the stream at home, who you're rooting for ahead of this finals.
It's connecting, guys. It's connecting. I'm just gonna check the Lapras out.
An exciting 2 days of competition.
It's level 30. Let's go. Rain Dash. It's a good Pokemon. I'm gonna just connect it to the internet. This is taking a lot. Thanks. Good that I just saw. Guys, actually play PKMN Players Cup, guys. All caps PKMN Players Cup. Guys, that's the thing.
Yeah, let's just get the first game going.
I'm gonna just see the game, guys.
For the very first match, and to get things kicked off for the Players Cup Finals, we're gonna be featuring Santino Tarquinio against Julian Eduardo Martinez.
It's connecting. Super
excited for this.
Okay, Santino Tarquinio versus Julian Eduardo Martinez and David Cautish versus another person. Okay, so let's see.
All of the Pokemon that Julian Eduardo Martinez has brought as well, and like I think that the single strike Urshifu is really interesting.
Oh, he has a single strike Urshifu. Even I have that. I link traded it. It's not.
Also, that Toxtricity is something that's going to be really cool to look at. But taking a little bit of a deeper look at Julian Eduardo.
I'm gonna support for the Urshifu guy. I'm gonna support for the Urshifu. Yeah, I'm gonna support for Julian. I'm gonna support him. These stupid ads. Oh yeah, I'm connected to the internet, guys. PKMN Pokemon Players
I really like Julian's
Cup, right, guys?
We see very often, but I'm really curious to see how he's trained it, how he's utilized it. Of course, gets the Gigantamax form as well, and as you mentioned, using Urshifu. So
alright, guys, I'm getting it.
Into this matchup, but quickly take a look at
the Porygon 2. I got it, guys. I got it.
Also, we've mentioned before, Julian actually switched up his team a lot from the qualifying stage. I believe he qualified with Pokemon like Talonflame and Dracovish, but Santi is sticking to his guts, and he's using the exact same 6 Pokemon that he qualified for, of course, with that Gigantamax.
I'm gonna just check its stats, guys.
Is to enable the Colossal either through an Aqua Jet from Urshifu or a Surf from Dragapult, and kind of just sweep through with the Colossal. But
I'm gonna get out of this song.
They expect him to kind of dominate from the start, but I think Santino is a player who's very
I'm gonna check my Pokemon boxes, guys.
We're often going to see him kind of, push for positioning often, not just immediately lead with Colossal in many games.
I think that's going to be a really interesting battle.
It has a EVR light, guys.
Gyarados, as you mentioned, is a really big threat to the Colossal. So I think Santino is.
I kept the EVR. It's level 50, guys. Alright, it's level 50. It's level 50.
Absolutely, yeah. And overall, I think this is such an exciting way to kick off.
I'm not gonna tell it again, guys. It's PKMN Players Cup. PKMN Players Cup. Pokemon Players Cup. It's simple. X
Pretty popular maybe earlier on
Pokemon.
format, but
This is gonna be helpful, guys. I'm working on a living deck, so it's gonna be helpful. Check summary. Alright. So its original trainer is VGC 20, guys. My ID number is 200822. Its current number of EXP point is 125,000. Points to level up is 7651. And then let's check the markings first. There's no markings. Then his HP is 192, attack is 85, defense is 134, speed is 58. It kinda sucks. Special defense is 110, special attack is 117, and it has Dynamax level is 0, guys. Do not max it. I'll give it some dynamics candies, and its ability is download, which compares an opposing Pokemon's defense and special defense type before raising its own attack or special attack, whichever will be more effective. Alright. And it comes in a cherished ball. Alright. Then its moveset is recover with 10 PP, trick room with 5 PP, ice beam with 10 PP, and thunderbolt with 50 PP. They standard. Alright. So it's pretty sassy. I got a sassy Pokemon, and it was already original trainer with the faithful encounter in level 50. The date was 8/24/20, and it came from a Pokemon event. It takes plenty of size stats. Let me just check if it has some kind of mark. It has Porygon 2, the festive. It has the event ribbon, guys. It has the event ribbon. This is gonna be pretty crazy. Now I'm gonna I just gave you the thing, so you can just see the battle now. While I'm gonna
going to be able to bring Gyarados back and bring out Incineroar just to continue that defensive.
If you could not see the live stream, guys, I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can go on the Lapras. That's freaking awesome.
Goes for a yawn into the Gyarados slot.
Check the live stream. This is like a treasure.
Safest play this turn. I think that's pretty much what we're expecting to see from him. And I actually really like Julian's decision to not just go for the Dynamax onto Gyarados and actually switch out. If you committed Dynamax early on,
let's see if Julian can win, guys. I'm supporting him. He has the amazing Urshifu. Have they used Urshifu yet?
He's going for a follow me, showing off another one of its supportive moves that it has.
Flip this. Come on. It has recoil damage. It's not use your slammer move.
The flare buds into the Amoonguss does a significant chunk of damage with that.
Yeah. Saw that? Don't use Flare Blitz. Don't be Ash Ketchum. It's about 1 method.
No matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, basically what Julian's vying for is to just get the free switch and back into Gyarados. He's been able to do a lot of damage while also not getting knocked out on any end, and hasn't taken any yawns at this point either. So I think fantastic positioning from Julian's end to put himself in the same lead position. But this time around, you no longer have the intimidate. Here's the Love Berry on Togekiss, though, so not.
Oh, Julian has already lost one Pokemon, guys. But Santino has lost 2 of his Pokemon and supporting Julian, guys. Does he have a Urshifu on his team, though? He doesn't have. He doesn't have a Urshifu on his team, guys.
The most important thing for Julian was that he did not want the Gyarados to be intimidated or to get hit by a yawn. So I really like how he's positioned himself into now getting Gyarados into a safer position, threatening the Incineroar with the knockout. You notice that the Gyarados, of course, is not intimidated as well, so with the Moxie ability, if it gets a knockout onto Incineroar, I mean, you can maybe just pick up knockouts after every turn. Santino is still looking to get his Colossal insane.
Guys, I'm gonna just tell it again, the
especially because this
Mystic code is Pokemon Players Cup. Pokemon Players Cup, PKMNPLAYERSCUP. Oh wait, I was freaking back away. Guys, the Lapras is sick.
Yeah, that was huge. So Amoonguss can go for a Spore again, and there's no Lumberry this time to be able to preserve that Togekiss.
Oh yes, swimming. I hate swimming. I don't know how to swim. That's why I'm going on a ride Pokemon Lapras. I don't know how to swim in real life. You don't expect that.
By bringing in the Incineroar, you also pressure with Fake Out the subsequent turn, and kind of a disastrous turn there with Amoonguss being able to hang on, because one Pokemon falling asleep and taking a guaranteed turn to sleep means, Santino really can't do anything other than pretty much give up a Pokemon this turn, maybe maybe vie for some defensive switches, but
I'm gonna Mega Evolve, guys. Don't think that it's off limits, but
activate the weakness policy
please.
Colossal, you'll have to do a lot of damage to yourself, which makes this really, really difficult. So very clutch survival there on the Amoonguss last turn.
Absolutely. Now that it's gone back into its Pokeball, that's the regenerator effect being able to take its...
Oh, here's Dynamax with Gyarados, guys. What happened to my quality?
Gyarados into the target that it wanted to. Incineroar now taking the knockout on Santino's side.
Yeah, and here's the Moxie boost.
It is Moxie, guys.
This is looking really, really scary, right? Because
Julian has it covered, guys. He has it covered. His Moxie is doing it. He's actually using Gyarados. Pretty good.
Right now, that can't enable the Colossal. At best, it can maybe redirect an attack away from whatever comes in. It is going to be the Colossal, but this is just super, super tricky.
No, guys, Colossal is a beast. If it has Flash Fire, guys, it will get this special boost.
To, burn a turn of the Dynamax, maybe Togekiss wakes up and gets the Yawn off, or if you max guard this turn and Togekiss wakes up, you can redirect any damage away the subsequent.
What the heck, kid? Leave the Shadow Claw from a Mega Charizard. Why?
Smart play. Colossal is a lot less scarier when it doesn't actually have that weakness policy and Steam Engine enabled. So even if
it has Steam Engine, that's correct.
Targets the Gyarados. We've seen the Assault Vest on this Gyarados, so be able to survive.
It doesn't have Flash Fire.
Won't be able to outspeed in subsequent turns. The
what's the ability Steam Engine? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I'm a Gen 1 yet, so I need to get into the competitive scene. I don't want to be a competitive player. Sucks. Guys, this is a place where I can ride on. Go, 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 go. Alright, come on. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, Mary. Go.
Julian was going to go after that Colossal, but Julian reads it like a book, goes for the Max Airstream into that sleeping Togekiss to be able to secure a knockout.
Yeah, Julian's played so well with Gyarados in this game. By switching in the Amoonguss as well, now even if Santi has a Dragapult or the Urshifu in the back, which she certainly has, Dragapult can enable the weakness policy. The Urshifu won't even be able to because the Amoonguss can just Rage Powder away. And the thing here is, regardless of if you activate the weakness policy or not, all you have to do on Julian's end is just go for a Rage Powder and Max Geyser into
we got TM Attract, guys.
At this point into the Colossal.
The Gyarados
there's no way around this, especially because it's the Urshifu in the back. So you
Dynamax turn entered, guys.
Great decision to bring out the Amoonguss right now. You know that the Colossal's already taken a Protect last turn as well, so Rage Powder Waterfall here is super, super.
Protect is such a bad move. Good that Dynamax can Protect, guys. Protect is so sick. It's so stupid. Wait, Santino has the Urshifu though. Did Julian not have Urshifu then? I don't know. I am an idiot.
It is, yeah. I think Santino going for that double protect, which I think is a great play on his end. If you can get it, maybe you can knock out the Amoonguss at least. And then there's no redirection, so the
Coco is insane, guys. I miss Kiddo. Look at it. It's like some.
We'll see the
Ooh. I've never ridden a goat in my life, guys. I'm eaten a goat, but I've never ridden it. I'm a non-vegetarian after.
His team is entirely revolved around Colossal, basically. You pretty much put all your eggs in the basket. It's all about enabling it. And I like Santino's lead a lot here in this game. I think Julian was just kind of one step ahead by switching out the Gyarados immediately. Santino was probably trying to bait the Gyarados into going for...
Wait, Santino has the Urshifu, guys. Should I support him? No, I'm supporting Julian only. I have already told my choice, guys. I'm supporting Julian.
You saw the yawn come through from the Togekiss on Santino and right into the Gyarados slot, so switching it out was the perfect play. That way you were able to use the parting shot to kind of go through and just make sure that none of your Pokemon were going to be put to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Urshifu ups for Protect here, but Gyarados going for the bounce means it will strike down next turn. Now, of course, at this point, if Santino wants to win, I think you have to basically hope for a ton of misses on bounce. The tricky thing is that Urshifu just does no damage into Gyarados, right? It has only water and fighting type attacks most likely, so doesn't even have a way to hit it for super effective damage. And if bounce doesn't miss, it's pretty much just game over. Julian hasn't even revealed his last Pokemon, and bounce is going to connect here as well.
Yeah,
wait, why can't this kiddo go there though?
We get a chance to see that Urshifu hang on because of its focus sash, so we'll be able to fire off yet another surging strikes.
Oh yeah,
But
what?
into the Incineroar,
He has
triple crit. Yeah, look,
the
looks
weak
really
Urshifu,
close.
guys. He has the weak
Yeah,
Urshifu.
and this is
I'm not
actually
gonna support
important damage
Santino.
calculation for both
Like,
players
who
to
uses the
learn
water
about.
Urshifu,
So that's why you
guys?
never really want to
I'm
give
gonna
up if
use
you
them.
already feel like the game has lost and you don't have any new information to reveal. Of course, both players know each other's moves, but just knowing how much you do in a scenario like that can be valuable going into the next game.
I need
So,
to teach
I
cut
think
to one of
Julian's
her
pretty much all
Pokemon.
wrapped up this game, but also important, by picking up that knockout, Santino is able to see like Julian.
I didn't get my encounter yet, guys.
And, it's time to go back to the drawing board.
Guys, I'm pretty
Charizard
cut.
a chance to win here, but it's all about beating this Gyarados.
Actually, it's a good move, but I'm not gonna
really smart.
clean.
So many different options, and I think now Santino recognizes Julian's not just gonna.
I'm gonna get rid of Aerialise.
How do I play around that? Because he wasn't able
And that's the weakest move I have.
at all in this game. And I think going into game 2, he has to, try to put himself into a better position, maybe even lead with a Colossal just to put on offensive pressure immediately.
Yeah, we mentioned that jockeying for position is going to be super, super important for Santino, especially if he wants to be able to make maximum use out of
This episode is gonna be long, guys, because I need to see the live stream. A bit though.
Even if you get a chance to Gigantamax it. So going into game 2, I definitely want to see a little bit of a switch up in strategy.
Did game end?
To be able to maybe
This is too tough, guys. I'm not.
If
If you're concentrating on the,
especially after Julian's really.
I'm gonna just check what my encounter is. Alright.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I think, what's interesting is that I think Colossal, if you are able to decrease Gyarados' attack, from example, maybe an Intimidate from the Incineroar, and Dragapults often are, support-oriented on teams like this, so if it has something like Will-O-Wisp, Reflect, or Breaking Swipe, and you're actually able to decrease Gyarados' attack before it's able to target the Colossal, then I think Colossal actually maybe can survive a Max Geyser, and then that would actually even activate the weakest policy and Steam Engine as well. So, I think, yeah, enabling Colossal either through Intimidates from the Incineroar or with the Dragapult, I think could be a great mix-up going into this next game.
Well, let's get into that game 2, shall we? And see whether or not we do see a switch-up in strategy coming through from Santino. We do indeed. Doesn't want to put the...
Oh, now he is using a Dragapult.
Offensive setup.
I have not used a Dragapult on my team because it sucks. Oh, sorry, guys. If I know it has a base rate of 600, but it can't G-Max.
You enable the Colossal Steam Engine immediately, and you
don't tell me that I'm an idiot, guys. Please.
After you get the Sun up as well, the Gyarados...
Now, Skiddo have to leave you though. Sorry. Yeah, you chill out in this
class. I actually don't think that will do enough to pick up the knockout, depending on how these Pokemon are trained. Either way, though, I think, this lead is kind of the adjustment we were looking to see from Santino's end. And now Colossal putting on a lot of, offensive damage against both of these, and I think Dragapult's the perfect Pokemon to combo it with. You can't really afford to go with Urshifu because, of course, the Amoonguss can just redirect those Aqua Jets away. So, on this first turn, I kind of expect to maybe just see a Surf and a Max Flare from Santino's, and I think that's the safest play. You could also make a really aggressive prediction, though, and, of course, go for the G-Max Vocalid into the Gyarados slot if you think the Amoonguss is going to...
Milk Tag!
It's going to be really interesting to see how they battle it out, but I feel like this first turn is
it's time to Mega Evolve for this stupid Milk
Tag. Either going to go ahead and Dynamax that Gyarados super early on, and Santino matching that pressure with the Gigantamax from the Colossal. So we're going all in on this strategy right now, Aaron.
So both of them have Gigantamax.
It's exciting to see this because I think Colossal can do a lot more than
because Gyarados can't Gigantamax.
Didn't even really get to do anything. This time around, I think we should expect it to at least get multiple powerful attacks up. So here we go. It's going to be the Rage Powder kicking things off, but my big question is...
What does Rage Powder do?
Surf is the obvious play.
Enter of Attraction.
Oh, no, it's going to be the Breaking Swipe.
That's one way to decrease Gyarados' attack, right? And so now it's like even if the Gyarados targeted the Colossal...
Wiki heard a Milk Tank. What right?
Was a little bit worried about
Charizard is better than Milk. Whitney's Milk Tank because it can KO someone's Milk Tank.
Doesn't want to act
got a meme out there. Mega Charizard is better than Whitney's Milk Tank.
Here is the Max Flare, though. After that special defense boost, yeah, Amoonguss is able to survive, but what's really cool
my encounter is that... Wait, guys, sorry. I had already my encounter over here. I had the chat on. You saw that? Before that was my encounter actually over here. Wait, just kidding. I'm not gonna take the milk tank as my encounter, guys. Chuck the milk tank away. I don't want it at all. We have to catch all the Pokemon. Chuck the milk. If milk tank is there, I'm gonna sacrifice my encounter. And even I had a water encounter, so I lost my encounter out of curiosity. Look at Among Us health, guys. Come on.
Playing the supportive role to really help posture this Colossal effectively, and we see the steam engine go up, the weakness policy, and Santino's Colossal is ready to dish out some pretty big damage. G-Max Volcalith now getting fired off with that weakness policy boost.
Come on, Among Us is dead. Among Us is dead.
Finish off that little bit of damage, and that means that Julian's Among Us is not going to be able to use the spore that it was trying to target into that Colossal.
Precisely. It's so important to deny the sport right now, and Julian's actually just opting for max Quakes at this point, just to get more special defense boosts. But this game is a lot harder than the last one, right? Because in the last game, Julian was able to position himself into a point where the Gyarados was able to just get a one-hit KO onto the Colossal. This time, it's the complete opposite. The Gyarados has an attack drop, Sun is up, and the Colossal has been enabled. So you can see, just as you mentioned, Rosemary, how good of a supportive role the Dragapult.
Julian even has Urshifu, guys.
You know, Urshifu here at least does threaten Colossal with some super effective attacks. You've got that close combat into the Colossal, but Dragapult here really just content to go for some more breaking swipes, and Colossal is free to just keep damaging, you know, Julian's end. You could pretty safely go for a max flare and breaking swipe. There's really no way around that play. Gyarados this time around just not nearly as much of a threat, so Julian could opt for a detect on Urshifu here if you are expecting a double up. You could also just go for a Sucker Punch or Wicked Blow immediately.
It's been something like 47 minutes, guys, including the time waiting, so it's like 20 minutes.
Julian's game plan is to kind of try to stall out the max, it looks like.
Quick guard. I don't want quick guard. I hate
Max Geyser
priority moves and status moves.
But of course, Colossal can just you know,
648 bucks.
Here's the tech. There's an ally switch. This is full support Dragapult. It's just doing everything right now.
Yeah, it really is. And that means that it's going to be Colossal taking the Sucker Punch, which means Colossal is going to be still around to fire off yet another attack.
Oh, the Urshifu survives.
Right
Oh,
down to its focus.
it doesn't matter. Focus Sash.
This Colossal is dishing out right now as Gyarados goes for another Max Quake. But honestly, this Dragapult has done its job. It doesn't even get knocked out.
Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen, Rosemary, have you ever seen a Dragapult, a regular Dragapult take 3 Dynamax attacks? Because I've never.
Never.
Dragapult take 3 Dynamax attacks.
It
This
does.
one seems to be sticking
Without
around
healing.
on that breaking swipe.
Yeah, you know, Julian's been going for really defensive plays, and it makes sense, but where's the damage going to come out at this point, right? I think the ally switch, a great play to go for last turn as well, because it covers for the Sucker Punch option. Santino, you know, gets that safe max flare into the Urshifu slot, and that covers pretty much every option, and it's incredibly hard to make that prediction and go for a close combat onto the Dragapult slot. So running ally switch just causes so many more mind games, and now it's 4v2. Really tough, of course, the residual damage coming out from the rocks as well.
Cut has done nothing, guys. I have to use another flame burst. I'm running out of PP, guys. Come on, Charizard.
That can just decrease Julian's attack even further with the breaking swipe.
I wish it Pokemon if there was some move that fills the PP, and it should have been for all the Pokemon. Like that would be insane. Full PP, heal every status condition, and heal the entire HP, and steal the opponent's item, and then do plus 10 damage to the opponent.
Dragapults I've ever seen, I think. You know, was able to get multiple.
I'm gonna take my water encounter over here.
Enable the Colossal as well, and you know, Gyarados has all these special defense boosts, but it doesn't care about the G-Max Vocalid. That always does a set amount of damage. So these residual effects actually playing such a critical role in this game as well. You know, able to knock out the Urshifu after its Focus Sash, able to get all this chip damage off. And
my god, is a Tentacool, guys.
Really target the Gyarados. We know it doesn't have Protect.
I'm not sure though.
and then the
Pokemon.
Colossal kind of free
Go
to go
through a
for whatever
net
attack
ball.
it wants to. You know, presumably a rock type attack instantly Incineroar. So we should see Santino take
Come
the
on.
second game, and it feels like a
One,
complete swing after
two,
the first game in which
three.
Colossal wasn't able to do anything.
Yeah, it really does. I mean,
The Pokemon free guys. I did
it's
it.
going to be enough to
I
knock
did
out
it.
now, and so there's really not too much hope to be able to lock out this Colossal as it goes for a Meteor Beam.
I love it. Meteor Beam, of course, one of the things that actually makes Colossal even stronger going into Series 5. One of those new tutor moves that it gets access to means that its G-Max Vocalith is just stronger with a higher base power. So in this position, it's a very, very safe play from Santino.
I'm gonna name it
Any
Tentacles.
damage onto the Colossal. And you can see that's kind of the tricky thing about this matchup, right? Most of the damage is coming up from Gyarados. Maybe the Urshifu if it's able to get a close combat off, but Colossal's defense is actually pretty good. And the breaking swipe from the Dragapult able to play such a critical role in this matchup. So I think going back to the drawing board, I mean, Julian was playing very passively with this Gyarados. He ended up going for 3 Max Quakes, never opted for a Max Geyser.
I'm not gonna go over here.
Because he was scared of a potential...
I haven't encountered Azure Bay, but yeah, Tentacle.
Colossal could actually survive. Didn't want to activate it immediately, but he wasn't able to do any damage into Colossal in this game. So I think going into this third and final round, in terms of Pokemon adjustments, kind of hard to justify bringing something like Toxtricity because that just does nothing going into this. So I think Julian has the tools to win. He's got Spore on the Amoonguss, right? And we saw on turn 1 that he was able to survive because Santi opted for that breaking swipe instead of just for the serve. So I think if Amoonguss maybe decides to try to play more aggressively with Spore instead of going for the safe Rage Powder, because I think Gyarados maybe can even survive a plus 2 G-Max Vocal with that Assault Vest. I think a Spore could be a big game changer going into this next game.
Oh yeah, Assault Vest is a pretty good item, guys.
That second game also was just like, instead of
A person who doesn't use
stunt the amount of damage that it's capable of doing, so
Absolutely.
that Colossal can just get set up and take out all of its partners. Colossal ended up being a huge difference maker, and that Dragapult specifically, the clutch survivals along with the breaking swipes, it was really set up for success. But going into this game 3, I'm definitely really interested to see how Julian's going to adjust. Is it going to be taking out that Colossal or making sure that it's not able to get a move off if it does go for the Gigantamax early? I don't really see a whole lot of reason for...
Guys, that's for the video, guys. Please like, subscribe.
Strategy.
I'm tired now. This is gonna be too tiresome
I'm super excited.
because
Great point.
I don't know what to
And
do.
showing like Colossal, you know,
Like
it's
literally,
it takes a lot of super
Gen
effective
1.
damage from water and
Oh,
type
we
attacks,
reached Calm Marine City.
but just adding
Holo
breaking
clip
swipes to the
received.
equation makes it a lot tougher. You get that attack drop immediately, and Colossal will probably survive. So we're
Alright,
in the
so
exact same position as we were in the last
well,
game.
hi,
It's
Sana.
nice to see this because I think Julian's pretty much forced to bring the same 4 Pokemon every time. So this time around, I think considering a Spore on turn 1 immediately could be a really interesting decision because, yeah, if you put the Colossal to
how many times did these people freaking battle?
Of course, Santino here could just go for Surf this time around instead of going for the instead of going for the breaking swipe. But of course, if you go for that Surf and Julian calls it correctly and actually just Max Quakes or Max Geyser just into the Colossal, will be taking a lot of damage. So yeah, I think you know.
Do we see a Mega Ampharos in this game? I don't know.
Very differently.
And that's going to be a huge difference maker in terms of, I think, who's going to take this game, is who calls this correctly. We already got a chance to see what Julian's going to try to go for, which is try to take out this Dragapult, go for the Max Quake, and see if you can try to buff...
Okay, there's a quest, guys. I'm gonna end this over here. I need to check the quest through YouTube. They must have a solution.
That needs to be answered in this first turn.
And that's for the video,
Last
guys.
time it was breaking swipe, but maybe
The Nuzlocke, what I'm
recognizes,
talking
hey,
about.
Amoonguss is a threat, just goes for Surf and something like a Max.
So, what have we
What's
done?
it gonna be? It's gonna be the
We
Surf. Oh.
Wow. That's going to be huge, especially because you see the Steam Engine get activated once again, as well as the weakness policy. But now, what's the follow-up? We saw the Dragapult went for Surf, but we got to see what this Colossal's going to do. It's going to be a G-Max Vocalith. Where's it going? It's going right to the Gyarados. Oh, it hangs
That's
on.
a lot of damage. Yeah, it does. It is able to hang on, with that assault vest, but that's a ton of damage to kick off the game. However, we saw that Julian actually opted to go for the max quick here into the Dragapult slot, so you get that special defense boost. And we were talking about that Spore play going into Game 3, and this time around, yeah, Julian does not go for that Rage Powder. We saw him select the Spore earlier, so this time around is going to be able to put the Colossal to sleep. However, Santino actually opting for so much damage there immediately. This game could have been really different if Julian opted for something like a Max Geyser immediately onto Colossal, because this time around there's no attack decrease and no sum being up. So Max Geyser there actually would have just probably been able to pick up the knockout onto Colossal. If Colossal faints there, I think this game is a lot harder to win from Santino's end. However, Julian does get the Spore off. I think what makes this tricky though is that, you have the residual damage every turn still. You have to deal with the potential ally.
It's gonna be
at least takes a guarantee.
He wasted his
breaking swipe
Gigantamax stone,
to actually pick up
and now he
knockdown.
has
Actually really good damage on a Gyarados as well.
sad Santino.
It really is. It's putting in
Julian is such a good
a
trainer,
knockout
guys.
from a second breaking swipe if that decides to come through, as Colossal takes his Max Geyser, but it hangs on too.
Oh my goodness, this is just how good Breaking Swipe is, right? I mean, Colossal's defense, once again, actually very, very good. And we actually get to see the Pollen Puff tech here on the Amoonguss, which is really cool, of course, being able to heal the Gyarados up. So effectively starts the turn with around as much HP as it ends the turn with as much HP as it started with. But once again, the rocks damage are kicking off. Amoonguss won't be able to heal unless it switches out. I think Dragapult here probably can just keep clicking Breaking Swipe. Colossal should probably go for something like another Vocaloid. You can go for a Flare to change the weather as well. So Julian here, I think, has to make the decision to whether you go for a Pollen Puff continuously onto the Gyarados, or whether you want to try to maybe gamble a little bit and hope that the Colossal stays asleep, switch Amoonguss out for further recovery. It looks like he's going to opt for the Pollen Puff options. Let's see if Colossal's able to wake up. It's not.
Not going to be able to, so it's going to be able to stay asleep for one more turn, at least in this game. And Breaking Swipe comes through yet again, so Gyarados' attack just continues to get dropped. But as we see this Max Geyser get fired off, there's not too much HP for this Colossal to hang on to, so it will be knocked out.
Yeah, so this time around, Colossal was only able to get one attack off, but that one attack was actually really, really important. Santino opting for that G-Max Vocaloid instead of a Max Flare means that, these Pokemon on Julian's end are still taking a fair amount of damage every turn. Another Pollen Puff comes out, so, Gyarados is actually still relatively healthy. If there were no Pollen Puff, it certainly would have gone down to the combination of the Breaking Swipes and the G-Max Vocaloid.
Alright guys, I think this video is too long. To wrap up for this, I think I did a bit some kind of stuff, and the code is PKMNPLAYERSCUP. I've told it in the last game. Please watch it, alright?